Kenny, one would think you feel that your player-off aspirations are over now.
It looks it. I mean, I haven't looked at the table, but obviously we needed to win today. That would be the case, and puts a clear gap between Charlton and ourselves. If I'm looking at the game anyway, we had 2 injuries in the first half. Watmore's pulled his groin after round about 30 minutes. I didn't know until half time, but I did feel he was struggling. I could see Thompson with a dead leg. After probably 15 minutes, it got progressively worse, and then obviously needing to make some tactical changes. We're unlucky in the right back position where both Walks and Thompson have been out. It's impacted our midfield again, to be honest with you, and it was an area where it made it difficult for us. So obviously then the 2 injuries quite early on limited the substitutions and what we could do to get back into the game. I thought that Forster-Caskey and Conso really did run the midfield and do very well, and while we had a pretty good performance by Ben Close individually, it was an area where they got on top, and it made I felt a big effect. Second half we got going towards our fans with a lot of pressure, a couple of situations where it's probably 2 good saves from their goalkeeper, one from Conor Ronan, one from Pittman's deflected free kick, and there were big sort of moments that didn't quite go for us, but in the end, I felt that they just sort of held us off, narrowly won quite a tight game, and disappointment from ourselves really that we couldn't either keep a clean sheet or build up enough momentum. The crowd were great in the second period with us only being 1-0 down, and I did think that Charlton were on top in the first half, but second half anyway, we come back into it, we put a lot of effort in, we put a lot of pressure on them, but couldn't find the goal that the crowd were demanding really, and helping us to drive on and drive forward. And obviously, while it's always 1-0, you're hoping right till the end that there's a moment or something that breaks for you. We couldn't find that, and as I said, for us today anyway, ultimately it ends up with a disappointing day.
I know you say the crowd being great, but your aspirations were obviously promotion. But will you take a lot of comfort from this season that you've gone so close?
Maybe. I think it's middle ground myself. I don't think it's been a bad season. I don't think we can say it's been a good one either. And the proof will be in the pudding. If we improve next year, then it will be. And that's it's often the case with a season. You can't quite judge it until the year after to see where you are. And I think it will be will be next year. There's certain players and certain sections of the team that have done well and have come on and have improved. There's other areas that we just haven't done enough, and that's been the case right the way forward. There's obviously reasons for that. Decisions, at times, injuries. We had a little spell where Walks was in front of the back four, and defensively it really helped us. And Watmore coming back, losing him sort of changed the dynamics of our game slightly for us. And then obviously, with Watmore getting injured today, it's probably a long run of games for him that hopefully he gets over his injury quickly and his knee is okay, and for this season anyway he can look forward next year positively towards really coming back and proving that he's over his injury.
Disappointed with the goal that went in? Yeah,
we were, but it was a flick on, and we were struggling down our right side of our defence the whole of the first half, and obviously both lads came off at half time with injuries, Thompson and Watmore, and it did prove to be a thorn in our side for all of that first half. Pages and Forster-Caskey's passes down that side, and just in the end, for the goal, a flick on by McGuinness that's got into our right back stroke right centre half area, and Jose's finished it well.
You've had rises and dips throughout the season, so is it the dips that have done for you in there?
Yeah, we haven't quite had enough. I think that during the course of the season we've always been just floating on the edge of the playoffs. Probably the last time we were in it, really, we were in it probably 3 weeks ago, just after the Wigan game. But our best chance and opportunity was probably the back end of December, where we still had half a season to go, and generally we've flirted with the playoffs. We've been in there once or twice, but we've just been on the fringes of it, and it looks as if ultimately that's where we're going to finish.
How important for you now is it to end on a high note?
Well, we'll have a look at the table, we'll assess it, we'll keep going for this year because we'll see. But as I said, I've come out sort of obviously after the game very disappointed, and it was a key, with 3 games to go, it was a key game for us with a home game today, and a fantastic backing from our support, I've got to say. But You know, if it happens to be next year, now we want to do it. A lot of, you know, what we do next year will depend on how we finish this year, and that's going to be probably our theme going forward now, I think.